I was 245 diagnosed with stomach cancer, stage 1, and 170 right before I went into surgery.
Okay.
And
Right before the surgery.
Right.
Okay.
And the surgeon was like, he honestly was like, man, this is the easiest total gastrectomy I've ever done. The weight that you lost made it so easy.
Okay.
And it's usually like a 10-hour surgery, but he said he was able to do that surgery in like 4 hours.
We've heard and seen a lot about Yaki. So to see and speak with you in person and you like, hey, it works. Walk us through that process with him and what that looked like.
Like once we posted it, so many different people tagging this man. Like I've never heard of him. And I've seen it, but it's iffy. I don't know nothing about that. I know Dr. CB. I used to take some of Dr. CB products.
Okay.
And he went live one day, and I just happened to go, let me see what's going on. And he spoke to me on the live, like, Latruth, I'm telling you, get with me, and it's like, I'm gonna DM you my number. He DM'd me his number, and once I talked to him, I've listened to all these different doctors on what they felt like I should do. The first thing they say is go get your stomach removed. I'm thinking about my mother. As soon as they cut her open, died. My sister, as soon as they cut her open, she died. So I'm afraid of that. Like, I don't know how far this cancer is. At that point, they couldn't tell me what it was, how far it was. So listening to Yaki and the way he knows the body, I've never heard somebody talk about the body and explain what the DODN and like he knows every body part, names it down to a science. He don't have to look in a book to read it or nothing. So I'm listening to this, and he's like, what they gonna do with the surgery? I said they're gonna take out the stomach, connect the lower intestine to the esophagus. Yeah. So I'm like, and he was like, oh, so what they're doing when they take that out, they have to bypass these different things, and he's telling me how the body works without the stomach. The doctors didn't tell me this stuff. And I asked these doctors, okay, so what's going to be the difference now? They have no explanation. You'll still be able to eat. They telling me the simple stuff. Now I want to know what I can eat. I want to know how is this going to affect my body, because every organ has a purpose. And the stomach is one of the major ones. It's one of the biggest, the gateway to emotions, all type of stuff. Like your second brain.
Yeah.
You know, when you say you got a gut feeling, it's very big. So when he explained all of that, I trusted him. And he introduced me to his products, his herbs, and the regimen, how I need to juice. He gave me the combinations of how I need to juice my fruits and vegetables, and I jumped straight into it. And started working out. He didn't and do shows. I was in the gym. I don't want to see my kids have to go through anything like that, not having a father. Because both parents are very important. Being in the hospital with my mother, which was the last image I had. Maybe 2 months.
Okay.
After beating cancer. Well, since I gotta keep asking, you don't want to get that. That's toxic as well. So a toxic reaction for a toxic response. Cancer up there. That story.
Right.
Latruth Hits White is already at number 2.
Yeah.
In the oh wow. When you're in a relationship, you know, people have different expectations. Okay, let's say the man says to the woman, I need more affection. And her reply is, it's always something, am I not good enough? And the man's reply is, and first off the gate, that reply is actually toxic. That's a toxic response. It's a better way to resolve that. You have to figure out like, okay, I need to do better with that. That's it, basically, pretty much. Respond with some way to fix the situation. And the guy should respond. The guy's response, let's say his response is, if you're not gonna give me this affection, I'll just go somewhere else since I gotta keep asking, you don't wanna get that. That's toxic as well. So a toxic reaction for a toxic reaction increases it. So now let's say the woman takes his phone away from him now. This man don't want that, obviously. Let's say he strikes her because she took the phone. That's wrong. The toxic situation shouldn't even happen like that. You got to be able to communicate with each other better. So, I guess that's okay. Police are called. The police come. This person goes to jail. Obviously, usually when a man hits a woman, strikes a woman or whatever, they're gonna go to jail because you're gonna leave something to show that you hit her. Cops they analyze those type of situations in a certain manner. So let's say it's the other way around now. The male is the one being abused. You ain't got no questions about that? Can a man be abused?
A man can be abused.
Huh?
A man can be abused.
See, a lot of people seem to think that men can't be.
Mm-hmm.
So the scenario, let's see, let me just use same scenario. Okay. The man asked that, the same answers. This time, the woman takes the phone like she did before. He asks nicely for the phone back. Gets the phone back. Now she asks questions. Who is this person in the phone? It could be a text, it could be Instagram, it could be whatever. Who is this? And it's nobody, da da da. Because of what he said before, that I could go and I just go get it somewhere else. Now you have magnified the rage out of this person. So they might come at you, start swinging or whatever. And if the guy does not fight back, and he's like this, he's blocking, whatever the case may be, maybe she chin check him or something real good, it could look like she got hit as well. Like she might have pain or swelling or something like that. Because when you strike someone, you're usually gonna feel something. Like you see how clean my knuckles is.
Yeah.
Like nothing. It looks like I've never been in a fight in my whole life. But that scenario, like you could get a swollen finger or whatever the case may be. A swollen knee. You might knee somebody in the head or something, and then you have a swollen spot. Just like boxing, when you box somebody, a block can actually injure you.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's a lot of men out there who actually take that punishment because they are men and they do not believe in hitting women, so they'll take that. Oh, nah, go ahead. Man, go ahead, girl, chill.
Yeah.
They'll get hit, and then the police still can be called because that person feels you can grab a woman. Stop, and just hold them. And they'll scream or whatever the case may be. So many different scenarios like that.
Yeah.
And then when the police come, nobody go to jail. But if it's public, that person is guilty now because it's public.
Yeah.
And if that person has marks or bruises on their face or something like that.
Because these are serious accusations. Like, you guys both have brands, an audience who loves you and clearly cares. They're checking for you. When it's exposed to the internet and people see and you realize, like, this is now on social media, what are your thoughts? Take us to that moment.
My thoughts, doing what I do, like, I post so often, like, about different scenarios. Just like with my cancer thing. I showed everybody me juicing every day because I wanted to help the next person. So with it being the theme of abuse awareness or whatever, it's the same thing. Like, you're going to talk about it one day and just be done with it. Does that help people? Are you going to spin the same narrative the whole way on both sides of the story? I've been doing this for a long time, going viral for years. So I was able to have 8.9 million followers on Facebook. You can't, if you do it that way, then it's just dead. You can't help people like that. So the more people tapped into the situation, that's how you help more people. Being open, being transparent, being able to speak about it. Yeah. And, sets the uproar. Now that it's on blog sites and all of that, I feel a different way to address this thing because I have kids and I don't want the kids to see these comments. It's on blogs, so the teachers might even see this, and because a lot of they know who we are. So it's like, oh, what's going on? Everything's safe. People might want to try to do something to your kids and this and that. So it's like, for me personally, I would want to do like a lie detector test to just prove that I never hit my wife, because that's something I wouldn't do.
Because that's the truth.
Right, that's the truth.
I did not hit my wife.
Bottom line truth, I've never hit my wife. That's not me. I'm not a violent man. I don't hit women.
So here is one of the many clips that's addressing the incident that happened with you and your wife recently. She is going to speak on a couple of points that a lot of the people who are commenting under your post, they have these same views. So I want you to check it out.
It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. First, let's get into that. I feel bad for anybody that has been in a situation or has dealt with any type of domestic violence, mental, physical, sexual, domestic violence as an umbrella itself. Anyway, let's get into it. This is Tay with the tea. You see, I got my tea. So let's spill some tea. I don't know if y'all seen it, if you didn't see it, but if you've been on social media, I'm pretty sure there's no way that you could miss this couple, the Latruths. Miss Latruth went live. I'm pretty sure y'all, if you haven't seen it as of yet, then I guess I'll be the one making you aware of what's going on. Miss Latruth went live a couple of hours ago, basically in the midst of a domestic violence dispute with her husband. Now,
I feel a little bit disrespected that she used the old picture. I don't even look like that no more.
Okay. Yeah.
But let me see what's going on. I'm just trying to see. My wife, that's current. That's a current picture.
And then
why you gonna do me like that? They don't care about the men, man. Why you gonna do me like that? I did all this work to get fly, look good. Come on, you gotta do better.
I can see that.
I was handsome there, but come on, man.
I can see that.
Me personally, something like this does not just pop out and happen. For me, this is something that be kept swept underneath the rug, and then something happens to where it becomes a known factor to everyone else other than the person that's actually dealing with it throughout the whole circumference of the situation. Meaning, domestic violence, it escalates. First, it may start verbal. Then it gets to the point where a person will decide to become physical with you because they're trying to keep the control. People don't like the factors of not being able to control something that they feel is theirs. But when you get in a relationship with someone, they don't become your puppet. It's not about controlling them. A person still has their own state of mind. But anyway, this couple is real big on social media. If you have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, then you see them all over the place. Recently, he just went into remission for cancer. She stood by him through that. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she's very active on social media. She has her own clothing line. She does skits, which is funny that let's get into the factors of the skit. This man is on social media trying to get everybody to believe that this situation is something that they put into effect for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and it's only a skit. First of all, I don't think that would be a good skit to do if at the end of the skit you don't make acknowledgement to say, well, this is a skit to make aware or make knowledge.
So she feels like, so this is going to be a new thing, I guess, for everybody who makes skits to announce at the end of it that it's a skit. I'll be honest, I don't see that, and then through me doing skits, I might have announced it maybe 2 times, but nobody puts that as a skit at the end because it doesn't get it's not going to help anybody if you're doing domestic violence awareness, whatever the case may be. If you put it as a skit, she wouldn't be on here talking about it. You see what I'm saying? So I just want to address that part because that's the only reason why she's talking about it, because it didn't say that it's a skit. You see it as a real thing.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead. Let that run.
Of domestic violence.
Speaking.
When there's a domestic violence dispute and the video goes off, then it's left as a domestic violence dispute. And from her angle and what she's posted, I don't really think it's very skittish. It's not seeming very, very skittish. It's seeming very truthish, if you ask me. Because the person is not going to take the time out to go to the emergency room, get their hand wrapped because there's some type of injury to their finger.
I was wearing that real quick.
Alone.
She says a person is not going to go and wrap their hand up and all this or go to the ER. Yeah, you will do that if you're trying to hide something or if you want to expose something. It's 2 different things. It's 2 sides to a story. The same thing I put in the skit or the domestic violence situation. Same thing I put in there. Roll it. Let me see what she's talking about.
With posting, it's not okay. Never making aware. Not one time did she say, well, me and my husband came together to put this skit in line for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. No, she just so happened to get her ass beat.
If she does come together and put that out there on the video, are you going to watch it? Are you going to share it? Is it going to reach as many people that need to see this message? Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You would think you would use a month like this to help other people. Okay. I mean, that's I feel like that should be the objective, right?
Yeah. Okay.
in Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So what other ways to make other women aware that something is not okay, rather than coming out and letting the world know, like, look, this is my situation. A lot of women deal with this situation, or men, and they keep their mouth closed. Me personally, once something is put out to the world, it's no longer about you keeping your mouth closed, because it's something that everybody can see. And then let's get into the factors of him just beating King.
The part where she said, I did like that though, the transparency part. And I feel like we do that in our content. Like, me and my wife have been live several times and we speak on, we're not perfect. We have problems just like all y'all got. You know what I'm saying? We don't hide the fact. We have problems just like all y'all got. It might not be getting beat up or that type of stuff, because the one thing about us, we use our social media platforms so frequently. Every day, you're going to see something from us. We're going to either go live, we're going to post some pictures or post a video. And when it's domestic, if you're in a relationship that's domestic, somebody's going to have a lumped up eye or something somewhere along the lines of the domestic relationship. Because like she said in the beginning, when you're in a domestic relationship, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So if we've always showed our faces in every day of the week, we show ourselves, and you don't see those things, why are they making so much of a big noise around it now? And now you're throwing it into it's a domestic marriage the whole time. Bro.
Answer. You dealing with an element, a sickness of any type that's within that bracket of height to where you may lose your life, causes mental illness. Okay? Throughout this time, you got to think about it. Okay? A lot of insecurities could have set into this man. For one, Miss Latruth is beautiful. Sis is bad. Let's get into that.
First and foremost, man, my wife is the most beautiful woman in the world. But don't sit and act like I can't be on somebody's magazine right now. Like, I went from 245 pounds, very toxic, out of breath. I was overweight. If you look at the BMI chart, it said I was obese at 245. I didn't think I was obese. So I looked at the BMI and I was like, dang, I'm 5'11", 245. It had me in the red, unhealthy. So when I went hard to lose the weight and get healthy to beat the cancer, man, I'm flying, man. I don't know what I got way more confident now.
Okay.
Like, so
Not
I understand
insecure.
what she's saying. Yeah, she says that, she's looking on the outside because they have this theory of seeing a person lose weight how I did. And then when it's attached to a sickness, you look sick. But they don't. I wish I could take my shirt off, man. Six pack, chopped up, man. I'm ripped and everything. So like I feel very good about myself. Like, so it ain't definitely no insecurities there. I had to touch on that. To all people around the world who went through this type of situation and you lost that weight, I want to tell you this right now because I've been seeing these comments a lot. So when she said it, it struck a nerve a little bit. I feel like preaching a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of people around the world. To all y'all that lost weight and you're slim now, and they telling you, hey, listen, they telling you, you look better with the weight on you. If you feel better and to yourself, if you look great and you feel good about yourself, don't listen to what they saying because it's a stigma, especially in our community, the black community. We look at somebody with more weight and we consider that as healthy. We do not take the BMI chart seriously, and I've heard too many people say this. When I bring up the BMI chart, they say, that's for white people. I'll be like, what? How do your skeleton look? Right now, if we jump in a lava bath, your skeleton gonna look just like that skeleton. Same size skeleton, all that. So when y'all say this about if you this color than this, you gotta understand this, man. I'm gonna preach, man. Diabetes, heart disease, a lot of these different things are triggered from food and being obese, having too much weight for your height. So I would encourage you guys, please go look at the BMI chart. Take it serious. I probably thought just like that too, coming back in the day when I wasn't aware. Like I used to see somebody who lost weight fast and said the same thing. I can't say it, act like I never did that. I'm like, dang, he looks sick. I've done this before. So it's like, now that I went through it, and I know I may look sick to you guys because of what you've been taught, but I feel better than I've ever felt right now. So because I went through it, and I have more energy, more stamina. Everything about me feels like being a kid again.
He want the attention of his
telling you,
wife.
please
got,
go do
bro.
that.
That's what it seems.
You older, you want
know.
to get your life back and become the best version of yourself possible. Take a look at that BMI chart. You don't have to have cancer to do what I did with juice and fruits and vegetables. You can do that, work out every day, and you're going to lose the weight. I get a lot of people asking me how I lost the weight as well.
True,
but for that person out there,
agree
man,
with
that
you
went
too,
through
man.
that, you smaller. Listen, I'm telling you right now, brother, sister,
He didn't
you look
say nothing
good.
about
I ain't
it.
even seen the pictures.
Yeah.
But
With you,
send them
man.
to me, man. Y'all know how to find me. I want to see those pictures so I can compliment you. That's just the type of person I am. I show love to everybody. Let me see this.
Let's get into that. Without makeup, this, that, and the third. I salute her, my queen. You are beautiful, and I'm sorry that you even got to be within a situation like this or be a part of a situation like this. But I'm happy that you making it known
Pause this
so
one more
other
time.
girls.
Pause this one more time. Did he pause it yet? Okay, sister. Why you can't talk to me? We brothers and sisters. Like, everybody in this world, you gotta understand, we all created by God. We're equal. You can't just only speak to the woman in these situations. You gotta speak to the man too. Not once did you compliment me and say anything about me. Everything is just to her. And you basically making me look out to be the person who's not handsome. I'm basically getting carried by this woman. She's so beautiful. I'm just this nothing of a person over here. You do understand, there's two sides to every story. Like, when I started looking like this, I'll be honest, I get way more compliments.
Man, I'm so tired. I really don't want to watch no more. I really don't, because it's just like he's so conceited in himself. I don't understand it, man. That man really over heels for himself. But it's okay. It's okay to be that way. But I think he like himself a little too much. Like, I guess, I don't know. My opinion, it's just my opinion. That's all it is. I'm gonna continue it, though.
In all my posts,
Be quiet.
you have to understand that both of us read these comments. Both of us see this interaction. So for you to just throw everything over here my way, I'm just some disgruntled person. Like I'm just. What's the name of that show, man? I got to, man. What's the name of the thing where they splash the little monsters and they start growing? They be little furries. Like I'm just some gremlin sitting over here.
Like some gremlin.
Come on, Latte. Now I was trying to be nice, Latte.
Hey, Mary, you took that's what I'm trying to say. He's so full of himself. I mean, he think he's just a handsome man. Hey, look, dude. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I understand that you gotta have high self-esteem, but I don't know, bro. He going too far with it. Like, dude, you want all the ladies to stop and say, "Oh, he's so handsome. Oh, he's so handsome. Oh, look at that. Oh, man, come on, bro. He full of himself. You right. But I'm gonna continue the video, man. I ain't gonna even say nothing else on it. Just gonna let it play.
You coffee, black coffee, no cream, just like me. So if I was to do that to you, you would feel a way about it, and that's not. You're beautiful. I'm not gonna do that to you. Black is beautiful. Anybody who looks like that, I'm just letting you know. You can show love to both, and that's the thing too. As a woman, you only feel that you can say something good about Miss Latruth because she's my wife, and you're doing it out of respect. I get it, and that's how a lot of women in the world they do that, and they don't understand that dynamic of being in a marriage, and you are the entertainer, and you put this out here publicly, and then your love goes down. Because they want to respect your wife so much when she don't know you. Okay? If she see your boyfriend out with another woman, she ain't thinking about it. She don't know you. And if she knew you, these are the people that we keep stuff, that's not our business. Especially when it's marriages and stuff like that. That's a sin to go and break up somebody's marriage. You gotta understand that. To go tear somebody's marriage down saying anything, it's not a good look. Right? Because you don't know what state of mind people are in when you go do these things. If you go tell somebody, I seen so-and-so out here with somebody else, and then they go back, somebody could die behind that type of stuff. This is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We got to be clear about this. Like, I'm in every attempt to spread the awareness about this. People die over nothing these days, man. And we got to love each other and understand we all brothers and sisters out here, but when it's entertainment, when it's anything, like, even in your family, sometimes it's best to leave that alone. they may even know what's going on in that house. So then when you go say these things, now because you know this, and you went and told someone else about it, they know you told some more people. It's going to hit even harder. And then now this person, you might not even see this person ever again. So you got to be mindful of the things that you're doing out here. Like, negative energy needs to stop, period. We got to be positive towards each other, man. You never know. So I just wanted to break that down. I can tell that everything is aimed to her. It's like, forget him. Forget the guy that just went through cancer, that battled through cancer, could have died. That's a father to beautiful children, who's a respectful man. Forget him. Let's just support her, and we don't care what people think about him.
Yeah.
So I wanted to use that and say that you're doing a good thing up there, Latte. You're doing a good thing, but just care about both people. And I know you're doing your job. You're doing your job. You're speaking right, but just care about both people in these dynamics. No matter what's going on, you just have to be mindful that it's two people over there. You need to care about both of them when you do these things. All right, let's go. To everybody else that do these, same thing. You got to understand there's two sides every time. Everybody has to. All right, let's go.
Women, females can see there's no face to abuse. There's no face to abuse. Abuse has no one that it picks. No one picks abuse. So when you see someone that's at their height of their career and it lets you know, and they let you know, like, look, no matter how good it seems like I'm doing in life, this is something that I'm dealing with at home and I want other people to know. That's real. That's real. But like I was saying, you know what?
Pause that. And in the entertainment business, obviously, you know, it's magnified. Everything that happens is magnified. And being an artist, if you're married to an entertainer, whether it's the woman is the entertainer or the male is the entertainer, I'm gonna put myself in this because this is about me. This lady did a whole 19-minute video talking about me, but don't really mention me. She really, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta say who I am now because if you don't know me and you watch this, you only know who my wife is, right? So under the microscope, I have, like I said, I told you before, whenever my wife met me, I had 8.9 million followers. She had 1,000 followers. Beautiful woman. I chose her as my wife. Love her to death. And I will protect her. And when you're in a marriage, you protect each other. It's supposed to go both ways. You feel me? No matter what it is, that's your wife, that's your husband, I'm protecting you at all costs. You are the mother to my children or the father to my children. So no matter what it is, I have to protect you. And it has to be a mutual thing with that. For the ones that don't know, just looking at me sitting over here, see this chocolate fine brother over here with these night teeth.
Oh my God.
That you don't know who I am. I did come out with music, like songs like Drop It Low. That's appealing to the world. We got girls with millions of followers, 20, 30 million followers, dancing to my music. And they hearing this voice right here. I just beat cancer, and this is what you're gonna hear in this melody. Let me see you dance, girl. Drop it low, drop it low. Let me see you dance. I ain't saying just dance. People love to dance. People love cash. So when you bring these insecurities and point them only at me, and there's millions of women around the world who want that cash and love to hear a beautiful black man sing to them, why is this stigma only going on? She's beautiful, not dead gorgeous. That's why I chose her. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. But let's look at it from a different point of view. It's both of us are this. So we both have the same thing. So when you say that a person is insecure or whatever the case may be,
oh my God,
you gotta look at it from both angles. That's all.
You are an entertainer.
Yes.
So for a lot of entertainers, do you feel like when you get married or you're married and they see you with that they forget or neglect the fact that you are an entertainer and don't look at it from that aspect?
That's exactly what it is. You know, the consumer, and I'm followed by a lot of celebrities, man, and I've never seen a celebrity in the comments, an entertainer in my comments, say anything bad about anything that I do. But people who are not from that field, when it comes to marriage, man, we all know, what is it? They say marriage is from what? God. So if you own that situation where marriage does not even work unless it's God in it. If you're not going to church, if you're not moving spiritually in that way, then the marriage is set to fail anyway, according to those people that think like that. So when they see things that I do, like I post a beautiful woman dancing to my music, they thinking I'm only doing it because to them that woman is attractive. To to me, all I really was just heard the song. Oh, that's my song, boy. I'll post this. I gotta let y'all see these people dance to my music. So I post that, and then the comments and, you know, the stuff that sways to my wife's direction. You know, we have conversations about this stuff. This don't bother me to do it. No, I understand. This is your career. This is what you're supposed to be doing. What other way you gonna get your music promoted? My wife has said publicly several times, it's null and void to the people watching. He's wrong. He doesn't really care about her. So when you get thousands and thousands of messages from women saying I would not allow my husband to do that, that's another thing that can make somebody throw a person off their game a little bit. Like, dang, maybe should I allow this person to do that? She's new to this business. This is not something that she's been doing.
Yeah.
So for me, whatever I see on the internet, I understand this. Even with my wife's career, you know, I get guys saying stuff to me too. My wife is a model, beautiful, drop dead, gorgeous, man. I know y'all at home. Why would she leave that? I just told y'all everything I did from day one, everything I've done. She ain't going nowhere, man. People bring up the baby stuff, her in the DMs. Why would she go be with the baby over me with everything I've done? I don't care what they feel like out there in the world. There's so many people still say that too. They bring it up. Oh, she could have been with the baby. Then what? Is that followed by loyalty? Is that followed by somebody protecting you?
Like the preload.
No, that's just.
But honestly, man, he more caught up in himself than his wife. So that's my opinion. I don't know. So to each his own. That's just my opinion. That's all I'm saying. He caught up in himself. That's it. He want no marriage work like that, man. No.
What is that? What does he have that I don't have? I made her rich. I made sure she got to the bag. We've seen everything out there with the baby and the other girls he was with. Miss Latruth compared to them.
Alright, now we got him. Ain't no little baby. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Everybody have a good night, and I'll try to get the whole video uploaded or whatever, but I can't take no more of it, man. He too in himself. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I really can't. If he went so much into himself like that, I can do it, but he too much in himself. I can't do it. Y'all have a good night, though.